Hey, this is Karrie Klimas with Self-Discovery Life Mastery. And if you really want to learn how to level up your life, you should be listening to the Time to Shine Today podcast with my friend Scott Ferguson. Have a fantastic day.
Hey, time to shine today, podcast squad. It's Scott Ferguson, and I am pleased to be able to bring you this interview with Karrie Klimas. Karrie is a life coach with a great people skills workshop. Fantastic interview. She's actually kind of a neighbor, local to me here in South Florida, and it was just a great conversation. She tells us how she's fully present while giving people the attention without judgment when she first meets people. So I hope you pick up on that. Fantastic interview. So without further ado, here's Karrie Klimas. Let's level up. Hey, time to shine squad. It's Scott Ferguson here, and I am super stoked to bring on Karrie Klimas. She's kind of a neighbor, lives right down the coast here in Fort Lauderdale area, Florida, in our little version of paradise, that's for sure. She was born and raised in Florida and is currently residing in Lauderdale. Like I said, she's a firstborn daughter of two wonderful parents who are still residing in the same house after 50 years. That's amazing. Along with a brother-in-law, niece, cousins living in Broward and Palm Beach counties. Karrie is a life coach and great people skills workshop communications trainer with Self-Discovery Life Mastery located here in sunny South Florida and Fort Lauderdale. Karrie's passion is building relationships for long-term success with over 12 years intensive networking experience, retail sales, marketing, and presentation skills. She's an expert in her field, having experienced the self-discovery life mastery process since 2011. She is now inspired to help others create highly successful personal and business relationships. So, Miss Karrie Klimas, welcome to the show. And if you could, please share with our squad your favorite color and why.
Oh, my favorite color, I would say, is red.
Okay.
Next would be green. Similar to both would be love is, red is bold, it's bright, love, but also green because green is money, nature, and also
Yeah.
the chakra.
I see the firecracker side in you. Like, you guys catch this on YouTube, you'll see it. She's a firecracker. She's a big, broad smile, and she loves it. So tell us a little bit about your backstory, how you came to be where you're at now in the life coaching world.
Absolutely. Thank you. So I did the corporate world for about 18 years as an administrative assistant. I did get involved in a sales company back in 2004 and, noticed successful people leading the way. And I wanted to, follow what successful people were doing or who they were being, because it never really was about the product. It was more about who they were and how to get up there. So I attended conferences, workshops, and believed in personal growth for quite some time. And when I came across our company, I guess at the time I wasn't as fulfilled and happy as I wanted to be.
Okay.
So I attended our first workshop in 2011, and everything we do is more experiential. So I attended the workshops and had coaching with my coach as well, and saw a lot of differences in my life and more disciplining my attention, more ease with myself, having more well-being and balancing where I'm at right now.
Awesome. And squad, you hear that? Everything was about a progression with Karrie, where she's consistently leveling up her life. She's into her not only providing, for lack of a better term, self-help, but she also is self-helping herself on a daily basis. So Karrie, you were in the corporate world for 18 years. What was that aha moment? You explained a little bit of it. What was that thing that clicked and you were like, this is it? Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to become a life coach and whatnot.
So I was in the corporate world for 18 years. I had a candle business on the side. And I remember sitting in the car with a friend and saying, hey, I wish I could actually have my own business. But I didn't think that was possible. And about a couple months later, the corporate world said adios to me. And I went out to a networking event 3 weeks later. On December 31st of 2009, I met a gentleman who said to brand myself. And I became known as the gift problem solver. And started selling candles, and then went to another networking event and added on purses and jewelry and other products and got a wholesale license. But I remember speaking to the universe, obviously I wanted to be on my own, and I guess the corporate world answered my prayers and I became an entrepreneur.
Excellent. So I'm sure with experiencing these, you'll have some good, great highs and a little bit of lows, or sometimes it goes the other way around. But what was your worst entrepreneurial moment, like moving forward and building your business to where it is now, helping people and level up their life? What was the worst experience you've had?
I wouldn't consider anything the worst, but I could say that I wasn't feeling fulfilled and happy with what I was doing in the gift business. I felt there was something else out there more for me, more purposeful, that would be more aligned with who I was and the skills and the value that I could share with others. So kind of
Excellent.
when I got rid of the candles and stuff, things started to change.
Nice, nice. And so you're obviously close knit with your family, at least what I'm reading, and I did a little digging on you and stuff like that. What did they think about you and your choices to go pursue being a life coach and helping people level up?
Well, it's funny you say that. My parents and family are local, but actually they are not actually know really what I do. They are, we call I mean, I have my birth family, but I have a soul family with with my business partner, our team, and the community that I'm involved with. So sometimes we outgrow people. So I guess you could sense that my family doesn't actually know who I am and what I provide, and that's okay. But I
That's
can,
okay.
have these general conversations with people and really take the conversations deeper to explore how we really feel about things and where we want to see people go and grow and flourish.
Excellent.
So
And so tell me about the Golden Mouse Award you won.
oh, that was when a
I
couple of
do
years
dig.
ago.
I do dig a
I
little
see
bit.
that. I see that.
Okay.
Thank you. That was actually I got that award when I was in the gift business, but I actually just started Great People Skills at the time, so it was a very new thing. But the woman who knew me, people kept saying I was really good at networking,
Okay.
and so I'm comfortable going to events. I'm comfortable introducing myself. I'm comfortable, making lasting impressions with people, asking great questions, and so that's why she, I guess, gave me that award in the networking industry and getting a Moose Award.
So what is your techniques, if you will? Like I teach the Ford technique when meeting people. Um, what is your one skill of being able to, you know, generate relationships, make relationships with people upon first meeting them? When you're out networking, press and flesh, meeting people, what's the one skill that stands out to you?
I'm present, aware, and focused, and discerning with only a judgment that says to myself, I believe people are amazing, and I look forward to finding more about them and how amazing they are, and to show that to me.
Awesome. Tribe, did you hear that? Like Karrie said, present, aware, and focused. And is everybody out there that knows, and also my students that I work with one-on-one do know that I believe in the Ford with finding out their family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. And I'm going to add this into my repertoire, being present, aware, and focused. That's excellent, excellent advice. Thank you so much for sharing that. Let me ask you something, Karrie. You've been in the business for, you know, in the life coaching business. Is that since 2011 or?
No, I've been a client of our company for 5 years. So I've
Oh, beautiful.
invested in myself into attending the workshops. And in 2016, I sat with the founder as my next coaching session from my coach.
Okay.
And he asked me, what's going on in your world? And I said, I have this networking thing I don't know what to do with. And 3 weeks later, he put me together with my business partner, and we launched our Great People Skills Communication Workshop. And now we just started our 4th year. And then the founder decided to add on a coaching program, which just launched 7 months ago.
Okay.
So the founder is always looking for new evolutionary ways to bring what people are looking for and to add value to, to the community. We have a podcast as well. A
Oh,
gentleman who runs a podcast called Warriors, Lovers, Kings and Heroes. We also have a Warriors workshop where people can have a self-defense, ways to learning how to get, have a gun permit and defend themselves. So we're
good
always
for
looking
you.
to, the founder stays behind. He's alive and well and lives in Loxahatchee, but he's behind all the different projects and looking to flourish and see what new projects are out there and how that each thing can intertwine with each other.
And that's Warriors, Lovers, Kings, and Heroes.
Is
That's
the
the
name of the
podcast.
podcast.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Tribe, let's take some note on that. I'll put that in the show notes as well. So you've been through 18 years of corporate, and then
Correct.
you built yourself. You basically did your own little. I'm not going to say transformation, but like we like to say, leveling up and getting to a higher, version of yourself. What would you do if you look back or wrote a note to the 18 to 20-year-old Karrie Klimas? What would you say?
Uh, well, congratulations. You did an awesome job. Good for you for getting out of the corporate world.
No, what would you tell the 18-year-old Karrie?
The 18-year-old Karrie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the 18-year-old Karrie was afraid of authority. So I wasn't able to communicate with authority. So I should say I wish I could trusted myself more to go up to people confidently and ask authority what's my best direction to go into. Like I got a human resources degree, but I never listened to authority. I was afraid to talk to authority to find out what degree I really should be part of or what classes to take. So a fear of talking to authority ruled my life. So I would tell myself to relax, take a breath, and they're only human, and to just communicate and find out what they could add value to your life.
To be bold and ask for
Correct.
direction. Then add
Correct.
to, like, right now you have your mastermind family. You would tell her, listen, build that family from now moving forward. Not to say what you did was not rewarding, but I like to write letters back to my young Scott every once in a while as well. So when you're dealing with people, is there any good questions that you wish people asked you but do not?
Wish people asked me.
But do not. Because you're starting to ask of people because that's how you started growing and leveling up. Is there anything that people don't ask of you that you wish they would?
Well, I mean, I think most people, even it's on my own end for both people, like how you got there, what interests you, what inspires you, what are you passionate about? So I believe most people, if they had the opportunity to not only ask themselves, but to ask each other more.
Gotcha. And what's one thing you've learned, Karrie, that has really blown your mind?
Just my ability to stay on purpose and stay ambitious, persistent, and trust myself that I'm exactly giving myself and treating myself to everything I can become. Being the best me all the time, better and better. Always room for more.
I love it. Always leveling up. I love that. So let's leave out your cell phone.
Okay.
What are 3 things that you cannot live without, that Karrie Klimas cannot live without?
Me, myself, and I.
Okay.
Let's see. I can leave myself leave without my pillow.
Ah.
I would love my shoes, my wardrobe.
Pillow, shoes, and wardrobe. Love it.
If you're talking about things or you're talking about people could be in there too.
You
So we can live without
3
people.
things. People, I should rename it. The 3 nouns you cannot live without. I love it. I'm going to have to change that.
I'll
I
say
love,
maybe yeah,
I
people
love that.
too.
So you
Yeah.
seem very seasoned, very bold. What's your definition of a life well lived?
A wife well lived would be somebody who feels connected to themselves and feel they have a very well balanced life. They're comfortable, at ease with themselves, enjoying what they're doing and enjoy who they're being and enjoy who they're spending their time with and making an impact in the world.
Love your answers. They're amazing. It's all about living on purpose and being impactful. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So I'm out networking and I'm talking to people, and if someone said something to trigger, would be a great prospect or a future client that I could introduce you to, what am I listening for during that introduction?
Sure. Well, I mean, the people that I want to be connected to are ambitious and willing individuals. So if they're ambitious and willing and are sick and tired of complaining and, are stuck and don't know they're a do something attitude, they want to, see progress. They are looking for more, looking for having better answers. And yeah, they're just willing to know more about themselves and where they can be somewhere faster rather than the same hamster wheel over and over again.
Like, who moved my cheese, and just kind of going over and over again. I hear you. So right now we're going to do what I call our level up lightning round. There's 5 or 6 questions. You and I could talk for 20, 30 minutes on each one of them. I'm sure you could fill a ton of knowledge nuggets on our squad with this, but the lightning round, 5 to 7, maybe 10 seconds max. Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready? Here we go.
Ready.
What's the best leveling up advice you've ever received?
go for more, become better and more purposeful.
Oh, yeah. Love it. Share one of your personal habits that contributes to your success.
Attending my workshops on a regular basis.
Love it. Other than your own website, and of course, Time to Shine Today, my shameless plug, recommend to us an internet resource that people could go to level up their life.
I'd say my parent company's website, sdlifemastery.com.
Okay.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So
our podcast.
What's that?
Our podcast.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
wkhl.podcast.com.
Love it.
No,
I'll put that in the I'll find it and I'll put it in the show notes.
Okay.
Excellent. So, not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers. So recommend a book to us.
Well, I could say Think and Grow Rich, but my world is not about reading. It's about experiencing. The more we can experience life, so the less reading, the more being it, becoming what the book is telling you and being around people to experience your world.
Love it.
In your world.
Having that faith and backing that faith with a persistence that doesn't recognize failure. I love it. All right. Your favorite charity or organization that you love to support?
Veterans.
There you go. Hear that, people? Veterans. Thank you for doing that. Love it. Last question. Mm-hmm. The best decade of music, 60s, 70s, or 80s, or 90s?
Well, since I was born in 68 and I love the 80s music, I like the rock and roll, but I also love disco as well. So I do a lot of dancing and disco music. So.
Do you? Wow.
Yeah.
A little Bee Gees action, some of that disco inferno. I love it. I was born in 72, so we're still right in that Generation X time frame. All right. So before we end here, leave the Time to Shine squad one last knowledge nugget that you want us to walk away with.
Well, to be fully present and give somebody your full attention without judgment and allow the magic of the conversation to flow and see where it takes you and opportunities to become more engaged with another human being, just to see where they're at and where the relationship may go.
Wow, that's powerful. And Karrie, how can we find you online or anywhere?
Absolutely. Online, you can find us at greatpeopleskills.net, sdlmcoaching.com. We also have Facebook. We have a Facebook group page called Great People Skills. We do host workshops, experiential workshops, coaching, complimentary introductions, complimentary networking events. So we're all about the community and having a very powerful strategy for others to, have more winning in their lives, thriving, and being around other ambitious individuals. So.
I love that. All right, squad. We're always talking about surrounding ourselves with people who live on purpose, and they're high-vibing peeps who like to stay humble, stay hungry, level up their health, and level up their wealth, all while with the premise of serving people. And Karrie, now you're part of our squad, and I'm super humbled and honored that you took time out of your valuable day to share your knowledge nuggets here with our squad out there in Time to Shine today. So thank you so much.
Thank you, John. Thank you as well, Scott, and thank you to your tribe for taking the opportunity to listen to this today. And whatever feels inspired, I look forward to connecting with them.
Awesome. Virtual fist pump. Boom. There it is. Awesome. All right. Bye, Karrie. Hey, thanks so much for listening to this episode of Time to Shine Today podcast, proudly brought to you by Sutter & Nugent Real Estate Excellence, who can be reached at 561-249-7266 and online at www.sutterandnugent.com. If you are a business owner or professional who would like to be interviewed on Time to Shine Today, please visit timetoshinetoday.com/guest. If you like this episode, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. There's a link in the show notes to our website. Also there, you will see our recommended resources. We hope that you will support our show by supporting them. If you like what you've been listening to, it'd be great if you could just give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe while you're at it. I'm your host, Scott Ferguson, and until next time, let's level up. It's our time to shine.